Hello everyone, I have an exciting video for you today. I'm going to be reacting to the new leader spotlight for Ardal Dahy, who's a Nilfgaard leader by the looks of things. Just got announced, new leader for Gwent, which will be coming, I suppose, at the end of the month, start of the new month, maybe a little bit later, who knows. And that's really exciting stuff, right? So I'm just going to have a look at what he does, maybe give a little bit of impressions, and share the news to those of you who aren't following Gwent on Twitter or whatever, or Reddit, or wherever else you might find this stuff. So yeah, let's just jump right into it.
Lies, deadly plots, and intrigue. Nasty devices, you say? Fool. They are but tools in the struggle for power.
Ooh.
Bow before the power of the Empire.
The Empire. Okay. So, Ardal Dahy. Order. Seize an enemy unit with 3 or less power. This value is raised by 1 for every 4 tactic cards in your starting deck. Okay, pretty straightforward stuff. So kind of working like old Viper Witches did actually with the starting deck requirement. That's really cool. Nice to see that being in the game again. I don't think any other cards have that right now. So it's really cool that they're happy to kind of put that mechanic back in. I think it was a pretty cool mechanic. Yeah, allowed you to experiment with some nice deck building ideas, and yeah, all in all a pretty nice one. So he's taking an enemy kind of like muzzle effect, right, or Maruna or whatever, 3 or less power. That's not too strong. I mean, 6 points basically, plus you can maybe get rid of an engine from your opponent and take it for yourself. So that is potentially, not bad. If you can do that early on, say in a round 3, then on an enemy engine, or you stop your opponent playing engines, that could be very, very strong. Think about just maybe taking, I don't know, an opponent's Magni Division or like Swordmaster, whatever. Like, there's a lot of low strength engines that you could steal, and that could be really, really strong. And so if you are then putting 4 tactics in your deck, you can take a 4 or less strength unit. Now, that's not too bad either. I mean, that's going to be like 8 points, which is kind of the standard for one of these short round power leaders. You want at least 8, with things like Harold or Woodland. He's going to be kind of similar to those guys, I guess, in what he's being used to do. Yeah, get some nice, really powerful value in round 3. 4 tactics, I don't think is too much of a condition for the deck. I mean, it might be, if no new cards are being added with this, with the leaders, which I don't think they are, then you might not want to run 4 tactics, depending on what your deck's trying to do. It might just be the case that this guy ends up not being as good as like Emir Shoop or Morvran Shoop or something, right? Also depends on how many provisions he has. Maybe we'll find out in a minute. But 4 tactics, yeah, I mean, I could see you putting that in, like Horn, Royal Decree, couple of assassinations. If your deck wants to do that, maybe play Stefan, Menno as well for shenanigans, then this leader could be pretty damn strong to support that, but I'm not sure I see it being, overthrowing the currently really good decks. Maybe in sort of a value Nilfgaard deck, if there is one of those running around. If there isn't, then maybe that will become a thing. But I'm not sure you would play, this guy with a couple of tactic cards over Shoop. Who knows? Maybe I'm wrong. And definitely, if you're taking an engine at 4 strength, that's a huge amount of value in a long round 3, or even in a short round 3. Very, very powerful. 8 points and maybe even more for a leader is not bad. I guess it's just whether the tactic cards are good enough to kind of support this, and I'm not sure right now they will be. I expect in future expansions and stuff there will be more tactic cards added, which maybe will help, and also more cards that synergize with playing tactics, stuff like, I don't know, the Fire Scorpion, which we have right now, which doesn't really do much, right? It's like, yeah, 3-point engine, which can get some more points if you play tactics. I don't know. I don't see a full tactic deck being viable, and I don't see people playing this over stuff like Shoop right now, but that might change. And I might be completely wrong. I mean, taking the engine is definitely very, very powerful if you can do that. But let's continue watching if there's anything else. I mean, like that, for example, taking Arcvist, it's a crap ton of points, like 16 points or something.
the Empire a great favor.
Well, I gotta say, I love the production value of these videos. That's the end, I guess. So, yeah, looks really, really cool. Really good way to build hype. But okay, looks like we don't find out how many provisions he is, so maybe they're balancing that still or whatever. Um, so yeah, I mean, the Ogvis steal is, I mean, whatever. That's not really going to happen very often, right? In theory, if you can take like a really juicy engine from your opponent, then, or a higher value unit that, like a higher strength unit like that, that needs to get its order effect or engine value, then it could be amazing, this ability, but I'm not sure I see it being that good because most of the time, like the low value and the low strength engines, your opponent can either just not play them to play around this effect, they can save them for later on, or you know, they're going to be buffed up or high strength, and you're going to have to then kind of maneuver removal to bring it down in strength to then steal it. I just don't see. Maybe it is possible. You can use it on the same turn, I suppose, as damaging effects. So in reality, I might be undervaluing this a little bit. It's kind of hard to play around if you can play your leader and a card at the same time, right? So maybe this will be very strong. Actually, quite hard to say. I imagine it will be really good against sort of engine-focused decks because you're always going to find like a really nice engine in round 3 to take. But at the moment, there aren't that many decks that are solely focused on engines, right? Only Northern Realms really, and that's not already a great faction. So I don't know. As I said already, I think this probably won't be like more played than Shoop right now, but he's definitely interesting. And yeah, I mean, with the new leaders that come out, he might actually be viable against one of those decks that pops up. So we'll see. Pretty cool effect, and I love that the starting deck mechanic is back in the game, and it makes sense to have it on a leader as well, rather than a card like Viper Witch are used to. So that's really nice, and a very cool effect. I like the seizing effect. That's a cool one. And yeah, just overall probably quite balanced, I would say. It depends how many provisions he is, but this could see play in the future, especially with new cards coming out and whatnot. So yeah, pretty exciting things. I imagine we'll get more of these spotlights. I may make more videos for them, who knows, but let me know what you think of this in the comments, and feel free to subscribe if you want daily uploads, or Gwent related and maybe other stuff as well. Either way, guys, hope you're as excited for the new Gwent stuff as I am. I'm definitely raring to go and ready to get on with these leaders, but yeah, that'll be the end of the video. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you next time.